Alright, basketball fans, the physical toll of playing in the NBA, especially deep into a playoff run, is immense. For veteran players, managing health and playing through ailments becomes an even bigger part of the challenge. LeBron James, one of the most durable and physically dominant players the league has ever seen, has just completed his 22nd NBA season at the age of 40. And a new report indicates that he sustained a significant injury during the Lakers' final game of the season, even managing to play through it in the critical moments of an elimination contest. According to a report from ESPN's Dave McMenamin, Los Angeles Lakers superstar LeBron James reportedly sustained a Grade 2 MCL sprain in his left knee. This injury occurred during the Lakers' Game 5 loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves on Wednesday night, the game that ultimately eliminated the Lakers from the postseason. The injury happened with a little over 8 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter of that elimination game, as James was attempting to get back in the proper defensive position on the court. He reportedly ran into Timberwolves guard Donte DiVincenzo and subsequently crumpled to the floor. The immediate aftermath on the court was concerning. James instantly clutched his knee and needed assistance before being helped off the floor. He briefly left the contest and headed to the locker room for evaluation. However, remarkably, despite the apparent pain and the nature of the injury he reportedly sustained, James was able to return to the game and play down the stretch of the Lakers' final possession. The severity of the injury reported is a Grade 2 MCL sprain, which is expected to require roughly 3 to 5 weeks of recovery time. This timeline reveals the significant hypothetical impact the injury would have had if the Lakers had managed to extend their season. According to the report, had the Lakers reached Game 6 against the Minnesota Timberwolves, LeBron James reportedly would have been unable to play due to the MCL sprain. This would have marked the end of his incredible, record-setting streak of playing in 292 consecutive playoff games throughout his career. Interestingly, the play where James sustained the injury also drew some criticism in the moment, as some fans on social media accused the Lakers star of flopping after the contact with DiVincenzo, who is listed as shorter and lighter than James. However, the subsequent report of a Grade 2 MCL sprain underscores that there was indeed a legitimate and painful injury sustained on that play, contradicting the flopping accusation. This injury report also comes at a pivotal time for LeBron James as he considers his future in the NBA. Immediately following the loss to the Timberwolves, James was asked about his plans but stated he wasn't ready to make a decision about whether he would return for another season. It's unclear if James knew the full extent of his knee injury at the exact moment he made those comments. James, who is now 40 years old, continued to play at a high level throughout the season. He has an upcoming decision regarding his contract with the Lakers. He can opt into his player option for $52.2 million to remain with the team for the 2025-26 season. His deadline to make this decision is June 29. In recent seasons, James has typically opted out of his existing deals to sign 1+1 extensions, giving him flexibility year by year. The report suggests that the timing of the injury, with an expected recovery of 3 to 5 weeks, likely doesn't impact James's plans for next season because he is expected to be fully recovered well before the start of training camp. However, the injury serves as yet another reminder that even for one of the most physically dominant and durable players in NBA history, his career is inevitably winding down. These types of injuries, even those he can play through or recover from relatively quickly, are physical markers that he will need to take into consideration when making his final decision about whether and where he wants to return for another NBA season. In conclusion, a report from ESPN's Dave McMenamin indicates that LeBron James sustained a Grade 2 MCL sprain in his left knee late in the Lakers' elimination Game 5 loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Despite the significant injury, which would have reportedly sidelined him for a potential Game 6, James courageously played through it in the final moments. While the recovery timeline suggests it won't impact his availability for the start of next season, the injury serves as a poignant reminder of the physical toll at age 40 as James contemplates his future in the league and his upcoming $52.2 million player option decision by June 29. Alright, significant news has emerged regarding LeBron James and an injury he reportedly sustained during the Los Angeles Lakers' final game of the season on Wednesday night. According to a report from ESPN, Citing Dave McMenamin, LeBron James reportedly sustained a Grade 2 MCL sprain in his left knee during the Lakers' 103-96 loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves in Game 5. The injury occurred with a little over 8 minutes remaining in the game. While attempting to get back into defensive position, James ran into Timberwolves guard Dante DiVincenzo and crumpled to the floor. Immediately clutching his knee, he briefly left the contest but was able to return and finish playing down the stretch as the Lakers were eliminated from the postseason. A Grade 2 MCL sprain is typically expected to require roughly 3 to 5 weeks of recovery time. The report highlights a significant implication this injury would have had if the series had continued, had the Lakers somehow forced a Game 6. James reportedly would have been unable to play due to this injury. This would have ended his remarkable record streak of 292 consecutive playoff games played. James reportedly received some criticism for his reaction to the collision in the moment, with some fans accusing him of flopping, despite this report now indicating a genuine injury was sustained, connecting this injury news to his post-game comments about his future. It's unclear if James knew the full extent of his knee injury when he said he wasn't ready to make a decision about his playing future immediately after the game. However, the article suggests that this specific injury likely doesn't impact his plans for next season or his upcoming player option decision. The 3 to 5 week recovery timeline provides sufficient time for him to get healthy well before the start of the next season. In summary, LeBron James reportedly sustained a Grade 2 MCL sprain in his left knee during the elimination game against the Timberwolves. While the injury timeline means it likely won't change his immediate offseason decision-making regarding his playing future or his player option, the report serves as another reminder of his age at 40 and the physical toll of his long and storied career as he contemplates whether to return for another season. Alright, a significant claim has emerged regarding the future of Los Angeles Lakers superstar LeBron James, adding another layer of intrigue to his upcoming offseason decisions following the team's first-round playoff exit. According to a report from The Athletic, which cited both league sources close to James and team sources, the possibility of LeBron James finishing his NBA career with a franchise other than the Lakers, specifically to pursue a fifth NBA championship, is reportedly not being ruled out. This report comes just days after the Lakers were eliminated by the Minnesota Timberwolves and adds to the ongoing questions about James's future. James himself stated immediately after the loss that he was undecided on his playing future, though he clarified that his uncertainty was about continuing to play at all, not about playing elsewhere. The Athletic's report explores a potential timeline or scenario. While James's most straightforward option this summer is to exercise his $52.2 million player option by the June 29 deadline to return to the Lakers for next season. If he does that, plays the 2025-26 season in Los Angeles, and then feels the Lakers organization at that point doesn't offer a realistic chance at a championship, that could reportedly lead to him leaving in the summer of 2026 to finish his career with another contender. The magnitude of this possibility is immense. James's free agency decisions throughout his career, from the decision to his return to Cleveland and joining the Lakers, have consistently caused, quote, seismic shifts in the NBA and generated enormous media attention. The report also mentions important qualifiers and variables. The primary question is still whether James, who recently turned 40 years old, even wants to continue playing beyond this season at all. Also, the factor of his son, Bronny James, being under contract with the Lakers for at least 2 more seasons is highlighted as a significant variable in the equation. The article concludes that while many variables exist, if James continues to produce at a high level, he will likely maintain control over when and where his legendary career ends. In summary, a report from The Athletic suggests the possibility of LeBron James leaving the Los Angeles Lakers in the future to chase a 5th NBA championship elsewhere is reportedly not being ruled out by sources close to him and the team. This adds a major layer of speculation to his upcoming player option decision by the June 29 deadline and highlights the complex factors at play as he considers the final years of his storied career.